What's going on, guys? So today I want to do a deck that I spotted in Discord. It's not the exact deck. I did work it around a little bit. I can't remember the guy's names, or I'd give some credit, but really I changed probably, I don't know, maybe like 5 or 6 cards, so it's really quite a bit different, but it is built around fairies is the theme I did. I thought this week would be a good week to showcase a fairy deck. And you don't see them hardly ever, so I figured let's give it a go. So we have most of our fairy cards are down here at the bottom because they're not limited legendary cards or anything. But the deck is primarily built around this card here, right? Erlking, which says, when played, if your deck has 2 or more unruly ruler cards, your cards with fairy in the name, wherever they are, gain plus 21 for 4 turns. So we want to take advantage of cards with fairy in the name. So it itself has fairy down there in the secondary name. We've got fairy lights, which says gain plus 2 energy for 2 turns. So it's going to be one of our only ways, aside from Magna Carta, that we're going to get a little bit better energy. We've got fairy longhorn moth. We don't care about the effect. It's not really, we don't have any butterflies in our deck, so just in there for the fairy name. We've got Fairy Ring, which says when played, for every card with fairy in its name in your deck, this card gains plus 20. And is that it? I think that might be it for my fairies. So we don't go too... Oh, no, just kidding. Didn't scroll far enough down. We've got another fairy here, which says just fairy. When played, if it matches the arena, your life on land cards in hand gain plus 30 this turn. We also have Pixie, which is a little fairy. Says when played, your cards wherever they are with 1 or less base energy gain plus 1 permanently. So again, we don't really care about that one very much. And the one we do care about here, when returned, Fairy Circle, your other cards with fairy in their name, wherever they are, gain plus 15 until played. So we've got this one giving plus 21, this one giving plus 15. So we got decent buffs there for our fairies. And then we also have a nice cyborg buff on our fairies and a Statue of Liberty buff on our fairies. So these little cheap fairies down here are going to be hitting pretty hard, surprisingly. You'll see, like a fairy right here will be, over 100 power pretty easily. We also have Charlemagne. So you saw the card that required 2 or more unruly rulers. So we went with 3, obviously, so we can take advantage of Charlemagne. So he says if your deck has 3 or more unruly rulers, your cards, wherever they are going to get plus 6 permanently. So we're going to get that permanent power now buff as well on all of our cards. Other unruly rulers, we chose Richard of England. He says when drawn, a random card in your hand loses 25 permanently, and then 2 of your opponents lose 25 permanently. And then your unruly ruler cards get a little buff of 16 until played. So nothing too crazy, but decent card. And our last one was Joan of Castile. Just a little bit of permanent power there is always nice, so I don't turn it down. Originally I had the one that gives your cards in hand plus 21. I'm blanking on his name, but I took him out because I opted to go Bobbit Worm so we could counter the meta a little bit, along with Artho Plethora, so I didn't want our cards getting targeted by the Bobbit Worm. So opted for Joanna of Castile. Other cards we have Yellow Jacket, just a nice card to hold on to, kind of debuff our opponent. And we went with Koltar, just a nice later game card, going to get bigger and bigger. And it did trigger with Pixie, so, why not? Toss a 1-drop in there. And is that all the cards? Did I go through them all already? I think, and then obviously Magna Carta, like I said, is going to help reduce the cost of about half our deck down here. So we're not going to have any problems with energy, unless, of course, we're up against a taxing deck. We could have a little bit of trouble in that department, but we'll see. We might run into something like that because it is a low energy week. But let's see who's online, if we got any buddies on. And we will try to get a game going with one of you guys. Let's just start from the top here. Animator. All right, first one up. But yeah, this play testing, I only played this deck a couple times. It did fairly decent, so I figured we'll go ahead and show it. I don't have too many games under my belt with it, but I think it's good enough to take it for a spin here. Let's get our bob it down. And yeah, we'll go ahead and play Fairy Circle. Start getting the buff on it. Got a little pantomime deck. Okay. So we're going to see probably consciousness with, looks like he's just doing arts and culture and science, if I had to guess. Greetings, kind sir. Good to play as always. All right. Yeah, it looks like just a consciousness deck to me with the pantomime. Okay. Let's see here. We've got Arthroplethora. Could play it. We don't have enough for Cyborg yet. So let's do it like this. Hopefully we draw into our other Life on Land card for Cyborg. All right, so we caught up on this turn. So he's probably in the lead now. That's all right. Let's draw into that Life on Land card here. Maybe Yellow Jacket. Nope, we got a Pixie. Is that going to be enough power, though? Probably not, but we're going to do it anyway. It's going to be about about 120. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be enough, but that's okay. Let's get our buff down. Start taking advantage here for the late game. Dang, if he didn't play that Snow Queen, we might have had that. That -10 right there just got us, didn't it? With his +10. All right, we're going to play Fairy Ring here, and I want to play Joanna of Castile. So I want to make sure I win this, so I want to get that -10 off me. And I'm debating just dropping Yellow Jacket here, too, to ensure that we win this round. Or this turn, because I want that lead. Yep, okay, so that gives it to us. Just in case. Could have played Charlemagne, but I thought it best to just make sure we win this, because I want that +13 going forward. All right, there's our Door to Hell, so we can play our cheat cards now. So let's drop you, and let's get Fairy down. No, I want to get Charlemagne rotating. Get that buff as many times as I can. Yeah, I think that's fine. There's that consciousness. I guessed that, didn't I? All right, he's got the tungsten going. This looks kind of similar to one of the decks I built recently. Been seeing him locking some of my cards too, so maybe did a little different take on a lock deck. It is Whamageddon. Did I guess that? Totally guessed it, didn't I? So you're sitting on hard, aren't you? I called it. So before this video, we were actually chatting, me and Animator, and he told me if he was on, I'd try to look for him and play a game with him. And he's like, yeah, I got this deck, and he's like, it's showing a Valentine's card, and I was like, okay. So I looked around and see what cards I thought it might be, and sure enough, I guessed Whamageddon as one of my guesses, and it looks like it is. So got that, didn't I? All right, start of the round. We take a little bit of a lead here. All right, you got that +100 on that diamond, though, so really we're not in the lead. Just looks like we are. All right, there we go. Now we're getting a little buff action. Oh, good turn for him with lovers. Just going to get a nice buff. All right, so leads back to him. The I love you virus. Okay. I should have read that. Maybe that was the card you were talking about. All right, we're going to go for Joanna, but might not get it. Ooh, did we get it? It's going to be close. It's going to be close. 300. Ooh, I think we did get it. Oh, no, we didn't. Dang, did he get us by like 3 there? 4? Ah. So sad. He's starting to get that permanent power built up on us too, so it's going to be tougher to win these last 2 rounds. Let's get Magna Carta back in there. There's that Calypso. Okay, that's what's been locking me up, huh? Oh, he's got the gun. That hurt. All right, down a little bit here. That gun definitely didn't help us out. Tungsten coming in. Okay. Yeah, we're a little bit behind. Need a good turn here. Let's get... Oh, do a fairy circle? I'm thinking the other one. Koltar for sure. I think we go with Artho Plethora. Yeah, let's do that. See if that's going to be enough. I'm surprised he didn't play Heart right there. Alright, he locked out cards we don't care that much about. Well, now we do, because we drew Cyborg. Unfortunate. So, I think I just got to play it anyway. I don't want to get too far behind. Let's just do it. It's actually screwed up his red diamond there. That's good for us. I'm going to do it like that. Is that the Lovers? If you played exactly 2 cards, what was that? This turn, your opponent loses 25. Okay. So that's what that card does. Ooh, that hurt. Let's give him a good game. I think he's got us. $357. I think that's the best we can do. All right, good game, Animator. Always a pleasure. Cool deck. I like it. A little kind of a hybrid power per turn deck, which I love those decks. So you guys have been seeing me play several different decks like that lately. Just like that late game little extra you get. All right. We're going to go to game 2, see if we have a little better luck. Give him a great deck. Nice job. All right, we're just going to go for a regular game now and see what we get. All right. See if we can win with the fairies now. Come on. We need a win. Master B123. All right, looks like he's stealing some energy here, so could be somewhat of a taxing deck on us. Or drain deck. Guess we will see. All right, I want to get Bobbit down for sure. He's only playing two. Oh, I was going to say, if he's only playing 2 cards, we might be able to play Joanna of Castile, but no, doesn't look like it. Not worth the risk. All right, opponent's got just kind of your standard meta deck right now. Nothing too crazy, doesn't look like. Do we go for Joanna? No, because he just got Door to Hell. So let's not do that. Let's just do it like this. Or actually, I'm just going to play 2 cards. I'm going to let him have this because I don't think we're going to win anyway. Set myself up for next turn. That fairy right there matches the arena. So we're going to get a little extra. And there's our buff. Might just play Joanna now on turn 1. Because his cards are going to burn a little bit. So we have a little bit better chance. And we just drew Door to Hell ourselves. So let's do that. There we go. I want that plus 13. Start setting on my late game a little better. Need to get Coltar down too so we can set him up. Probably should have played him last round, to be honest. Don't know that we need to play that just yet. Yeah, we'll do it like this. Let's hold Fairy Ring. We might just wait till next round to play it. If we got a big lead. I don't know that I want to drop my heavy hitter just yet. So he's going to get that plus 100. Yeah, we're up 240. Probably don't need to play it. Let's just play our buffers here. Set ourselves up for next round. I think it will be enough. He'd need 460, so I think we're fine. Makes Fairy Ring's now going to be a pretty heavy hitter. About 184, I'd say. Let's get Bobbit Worm down with it, too. Or actually, I might wait one turn. Take advantage of Cyborg. Yeah, let's do that. Get another buff. A lot of little buffers in this deck. Trying to bring these fairies up to par. It's a tall order, but I think we're doing it all right so far. All right. Unfortunately, Richard dinged us a little there. Let's do it like this. opponent might have just taken the lead on us there. Yep. All right, need that bobbit worm doing work. There we go. There's Door to Hell. I think we're gonna play Fairy Ring now. I want to get Joanna down because I think we can win this. Oh, his Door to Hell hit too, though. It's gonna be close. Hopefully he's not too much power. Uh-oh. Dang, he got us. Arrgh. That's annoying. Thought we had that one. Dang it. Got all our fairies right here that we want to buff. Let's do fairy lights. Pixie didn't get a buff there. I guess it's not counting her as a fairy. That's interesting. She's got little fairy right there in her name. Thought they counted those as in the names, but maybe they don't. Maybe they don't. Yeah, see, that's not counting her. Well, if I'd have known that, I'd taken her out of the deck. Womp, womp. That's what a little bit of playtesting does right there. You screw up videos. Well, now you guys know it's probably worth taking her out. It's unfortunate she's not been getting buffed. Only up 29 right here. So, important turn. We need to really win this one. I don't like that he's playing 3 cards all of a sudden. That's probably game. Yep. All right, well, we tried. Wish I would have known Pixie wasn't getting buffed. That kind of kills us a little bit. All right, guys, well, that's the deck. Didn't do too hot tonight, but again, trying to make an archetype work that just really isn't very good. So it is what it is, but at least you guys got to see it in action. I took my best stab at making somewhat of a decent, what I thought would be a decent deck. Did play a couple games before this, and it was winning, so I did win a few games with it. So just, you know, luck of the draw, I guess, what you get matched up against. But obviously was not a contender against a top meta deck like we saw there at the end. Did keep up with the first Animator's deck pretty good up until the very last turn. He started kind of running away with it with that power per turn he was getting there. But overall, I don't think we did too terribly. I think the deck performed admirably for what it is. So hopefully you guys enjoyed and have a good night. Thanks for watching.